The managing company Special Economic Zones presents the Special Economic Port Zones or SEPZ located in Ulyanovsk region at the airport Ulyanovsk-Vostochny. Ulyanovsk region is situated at the center of the European part of the Russian Federation and is a part of Volga Federal District. The city of Ulyanovsk lies on the banks of the Volga River, the major artery of the European part of Russia. The city has a developed transport infrastructure, including 2 airports and 2 river ports. The Special Economic Airport Zone adjoins to the international airport Ulyanovsk-Vostochny. Initially, the airport was created as a flight test base of the largest Russian aircraft manufacturing enterprise, which is now called Aviastar SP, and at the same time as the alternate aerodrome for landing of the Soviet space shuttle Buran. Therefore, the airport has a unique infrastructure, including one of the longest runways in the world, 5.1 kilometers long and 106 meters wide. This allows the airport to accept all types of aircraft without restriction. Today, the airport is the base of airlines Polyot, which operates among others the largest cargo aircraft Antonov 124 Ruslan, Ilyushin 96-400T and Ilyushin 76TD produced in Russia. Covered aircraft parkings of 100 meters size are used for ground testing of Aviastar SP production airplanes and for aircraft maintenance. A unique heated hangar of 100 meters size, equipped with real crane system and special purpose ground facilities, is used for the same purposes. The hangar belongs to Aviastar SP enterprise. Still being a flight test base for Aviastar SP, the airport is nowadays also a civil international airport that allows it to provide flight services to passenger and regular flights. At the territory of the airport is situated Spectre Avia enterprise that performs painting of aircraft of all types and sizes. For that work is used a heated 100 by 100 hangar equipped with Cleveland overhead cranes and Brono powered trucks. Spectre Avia customers are aircraft manufacturers, most of major Russian airlines, the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation and the Presidential Fleet. Aerofuels company runs a fuel complex for 10,000 tons. There is other necessary infrastructure at the airport as well. Its apron is big enough for wide-body aircraft as an 124, Boeing 747 and A380 among others. Ulyanovsk-Vostochny is a base airport for the largest Russian cargo airlines Volga-Dnieper that operates An-124 Ruslan and IL-76TD aircraft. SEPZ first stage of 120 hectares is attached to the territory of the airport Ulyanovsk-Vostochny. Aircraft will be transported to the territory of the Special Economic Port Zone directly from the apron. One of the major activities to be developed in SEPZ is aircraft maintenance and repair operations. The Lithuanian company FL Technics Ulyanovsk, a part of Avia Solutions Group, will establish an MRO center of Boeings, Airbuses and other Western-made aircraft. A similar center will be built an American provider, RAR Corporation, in partnership with a Russian private investor Mukharbek Aushev. Volga-Dnieper group of companies intends to establish MRO center for wide-body aircraft An-124 Ruslan, Boeing 747 and others. In the long term, this center will develop passenger-to-freighter conversion of Boeing 747. Another important activity of SEPZ investors is production of aviation equipment, aircraft and aircraft systems, units, interiors and other components and ground equipment. One of the first investors to establish aircraft equipment production is Vitesse Aircraft Plant. Here, Canadian 19-seat aircraft DHC-6 Twin Otter will be produced. Other production enterprises of business and general aviation aircraft will also be located in SEPZ. Due to the fact that SEPZ territory is a free customs zone, all the necessary customs infrastructure will be established here, including a separate customs office for SEPZ investors' needs only. So any customs procedures will be made in the shortest terms. SEPZ territory will be provided with access for both automobile and railway transport. Railway branch line will be built to the zone of logistic that will house open container stations, freight terminals, warehouse and typical premises for rent. Tax and customs reliefs for investors and transport infrastructure makes SEPZ a beneficial site for creation of distribution centers for goods supplied to Russia from abroad. There also can be established finalization and customizing centers of aircraft manufactured by Aviastar SP or other plants of the United Aircraft Corporation. The special economic zone at the airport Ulyanovsk-Vostochny will be a site for intense development of the Ulyanovsk aviation cluster and for creation of cooperated aviation enterprises. After development of the first stage, the second one, 520 hectares big, will be built. It will house aircraft and helicopter manufacturers, MRO centers, aprons, cargo terminals and distribution centers of logistic operators. There will be built office buildings and typical premises for rent, as well as enterprises of airship, aviation equipment and other goods production and refueling complexes. Creation of SEPZ will push the development of related activities, including passenger and freight aviation traffic at the airport Ulyanovsk-Vostochny. At the SEPZ surrounding territory, there may be constructed a new passenger terminal, hotels and other objects of business and social infrastructure. SEPZ managing company, the Ulyanovsk branch of GSC Special Economic Zones, welcomes the companies interested in cooperation. 6 kilometers far from SEPZ is situated Zavolzhe Industrial Zone. The construction of this regional industrial park was funded by Ulyanovsk region. Russian investment fund the budget of Ulyanovsk municipal district. The size of the industrial zone is 623 hectares. 12 kilometers far from SEPZ is the largest Russian aircraft manufacturing enterprise, Aviastar SP, that produce Tupolev 204 and Ilyushin 76 MD-90A aircraft. The factory modifies An-124 Ruslan aircraft, which were produced here until 2004. Today, the factory is planning the return to production of this unique freight airplane. At the Aviastar SP territory, there is an aerocomposite factory established for production of composite wing for MC-21 aircraft. Just by Aviastar SP territory is situated a residential district for employees of aircraft industry. This modern district is situated at the Volga Bank. The population of this and nearby district is about 215,000 people. The majority of them has aviation education and working experience in aircraft production or maintenance. The creation development of SEPZ presupposes the construction of residential accommodation for investors' employees that makes these vacancies attractive. This district may be built in a forest area in the bank of the Volga River, thus creating perfect conditions for life and rest. There is also an option to raise this complex proximately to SEPZ territory. One of the major activities to be developed in SEPZ is aircraft maintenance and repair operations. One of the first SEPZ investors is Vityaz aircraft plant. There will be start production of Canadian 19-seat aircraft. DHC-6 Twin Otter will be produced. SEPZ will also house enterprises for production of aircraft for business, general and regional aircraft, as well as helicopters and unmanned aerial vehicles. What is more, investors will create production of aviation equipment, aircraft systems, units, interiors and ground equipment. All aviation enterprises of SEPZ will be deeply cooperated. Ulyanovsk has a perfect background for the establishment like a chain of educational institutions for training of specialists in aircraft industry. Since Ulyanovsk-Vostochny is an aerodrome for experimental aircraft as well, aircraft produced at the facilities of SEPZ can undergo flight tests here. The quantity of Western-made aircraft operated in Russia is rising annually. New Russian equipment is also entering the market. However, there is a lack of enterprises for maintenance and repair operations. Therefore, Russian airlines have to apply to foreign providers. SEPZ development concepts presupposes creation of one-stop MRO solution maintenance, repair and overhaul chain for aircraft of all types and manufacturers, as well as aircraft equipment, engines, auxiliary power units, avionics and aircraft systems. One of the first companies to establish MRO center is the provider FL Technics Ulyanovsk, a part of Lithuanian Avio Solutions Group. In order to service Boeing's, Airbus's and other Western-made aircraft, it will build 2 hangars of 8,000 square meters each. A similar center will be built by American AAR Corporation. Volga-Dnieper Group intends to establish MRO center for wide-body aircraft Antonov 124 Ruslan, Ilyushin 76, Boeing 747. In the long term, this center will develop passenger-to-freighter conversion of Boeing 747. The production space of these hangars is big enough to service 4 wide-body aircraft simultaneously. Another important type of activity to be developed in the special economic zone is logistics, adjoining to the international airport Ulyanovsk-Vostochny that can accept all types of aircrafts providers air shipment of goods to SEPZ. Air routes over the territory of Russia are used to transport goods from Southeast Asia to Europe, which is also beneficial. Creation of infrastructure for air cargo handling will encourage airlines to carry out flights with a stopover at the airport Ulyanovsk-Vostochny. SEPZ will be provided with cargo terminals, modern warehouses, equipment for cargo handling operations. There will be transport infrastructure including road and railway transport. Tax reliefs granted to SEPZ investors and free customs zone regime from beneficial environment for wholesale at SEPZ territory with important goods. A separate customs office that will serve the investors only will provide processing of customs routine in the shortest terms. Ulyanovsk has an advantageous location for creation of goods distribution centers. It is situated in the Central European part of Russia in a Volga Federal District. This is a well-developed region with highly effective demand. 20 million people live within a radius of 500 kilometers from Ulyanovsk and almost 75 million within 1000 kilometers. Within 1000 kilometers, there also are more than 193,000 production enterprises. Goods from SEPZ distribution centers will be delivered to customers by trucks. Shipment of goods by aircraft can be arranged from SEPZ as well. Within distribution centers can build cargo terminals, warehouses, hotels, exhibition and business centers. Rail line is necessary for activity of some investors of the special economic zone. This is rail line that can deliver parts for aircraft, assembly lines of manufacturing equipment, for instance, or send finished products. Rail handling will also be used for goods distribution. SEPZ managing company is JSC Special Economic Zones and its Ulyanovsk branch.